All right, there we go. Testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Welcome to the den, eventually. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. Again, apologize for the delay. I don't know what's going on with the dog. It's doing things. And so I was trying to allocate some resources, dog food. And, it was all peachy keen when I left out the house. And then I leave out of the store, and all of a sudden, it's a fucking monsoon outside. So, yeah, I probably took a little bit of a risk driving in that I probably shouldn't have. But hey, we're here, right? So that's all that matters, regardless of who else may have got run off the road. But the den is the best conversation on the internet. The reason why it's the best conversation on the internet, well, is because of all you wonderful people who come and join the conversation Monday through Friday, as we discuss various topics and things that are going on in the world. So, tonight, I'm talking about trusting your technology, right? Not your tech nine. So, we're going to get into some conversations about some things that are going on in the world and, how wonderful a tool technology can be. But, some questions you may have. We'll discuss that. But before we get into that, let's see who we have joining us. And let's get into some good conversation. Well, here's the thing. But only your own neighborhood. That's how that has to work. Otherwise, it doesn't hold the same meaning, right? Never mind. If anything ever happens to me, do not let BLM try to use my death to their advantage. That'll be like my one thing. If anybody does, I'm coming back and haunting them. But like I said, we got joined us, and then let's get into it, man. Culture, a.k.a. the Don of the Discord. Shout out to the man with the plan. K. Grace, the Lady Grace. How are you this evening, ma'am? I hope all is well. I'm John from New York, my favorite New Yorker. What's the motherfucking deal? Miss Bell, I hope all is well. D. the Gamma, how are you this evening, ma'am? Let's see. Broderick. I don't even think that's his real name. I just don't believe it. Napoleon. That's very interesting. My boy Louis 17, certified. What the hell is going on? See? I'm talking about fucking Facebook overloaded my phone or some shit. Probably. But, let's call this shit off. It's unnecessary. All right, there. Let's see. King Jaja, what's the motherfucking deal? Jason S. Heidi's here, everybody. So, don't get too excited about that. So, there's that. I don't know. Is it Heidi? Or is it female pimp on a troll account? Who knows? But, let's get to it, man. So, the reason why I want to talk about technology tonight, and we all know how convenient it is. I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, 80s, anytime prior to I would say maybe the mid 2000s, like, the difference and how significant technology can be, right? But somebody made a very interesting point. And they were like, what was it? Dazed and Confused. Was that made in, 93? And it's about some kids getting out of school in, 78? Something like that, like 15 years. And so you look at the time between Dazed and Confused, the nostalgia of, kids graduating, in the 70s. And then, 15 years later, you're talking about the 90s. You're talking about like a completely different like shift in culture. I mean, it's the way we viewed everything, right? I mean, let's take the last 15 years, 2005 to now. I mean, what real major shift, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Happened. Ever since social media has become a part of our lives, there haven't been any major, like, game changing, like, culturally just altering, activities. I mean, people have pretty much, they dress a little bit differently. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same, right? So I'm sitting here thinking about technology. Is it really benefiting us? Is it really hindering us? I mean, should it be restricted for those who just have the real capabilities to maximize its potential? Or should it be available for anybody? Somebody may spark something in someone, right? But then you look at technology and the thing that everybody's talking about now, and too much government or their COVID tracing and like all the bullshit, right? And it's crazy because everybody has that COVID tracing thing on their phone. Like, you didn't ask for it, right? You didn't ask for it, but it's there. It's on your phone. It's there. You go check if you're an Android user, you go check your Google settings, and I forget what the other thing is, but it's there. If you're an Apple user, throw your whole phone away anyway. So, it's like they start talking about how they've been using, Google and Apple and social media and all of these things to track protesters, to locate who's been, who's been here, there, and everywhere, with a fox and a box and all that stuff, right? But it's like you sit and you think, you're just like, man, well, for all the convenience that this phone can bring me, I can hop on it and just, relay my message to the entire world, even if, nobody's listening. I have the ability to do so, Back then when we were younger, shit, couldn't even fucking dial up. What? I'll get online, play video games. Could you imagine, what kind of world we would have lived in had, like I say, the internet been what it is now, say like when GoldenEye first came out. We're talking about something different, right? But again, it's way ahead of y'all's time. But I'm just looking at it and you're just like, man, what is the benefit? Like, I mean, as a whole, are we really improving as a society with technology, or is it just to the point now where we're more easily tracked and we're more easily entertained? I mean, like, are we really making progress? We talk all these things, smartphones, but they make society dumber. Society is much more knowledgeable than it's been ever, but I also think it's probably dumber than it's been ever too. I think it's been easier, much more easily influenced than it's ever been in history. And so you wonder, like, what is the real game? What are we really getting out of this? But it doesn't matter because it's here. It's here to stay. There's no going back. I mean, the whole grid would just have to be shut down and fucked off. Tell people that, well, using cell phones isn't cool anymore. People lose their shit. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? The Beverly Hillbillies. Oh man. Wow, yeah, that's actually really, really wild. Poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. One day you're shooting some food, and up to the ground comes a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Black gold. Texas tea. Oh, I saw that. I saw some Apple people on there crying about that. We don't care if Android got it first. We don't want to hear about it. But it's like, Yeah, let me talk about you Apple motherfuckers real quick for a hot second, and then let's be talking technology, right? Because it kills me, right? That because when a new Apple comes out, Apple people rant and rave. They talk about it all day, every day. Can't stop hearing about it. But as soon as you mention that, well, Android's had that feature for quite some time now. Um, then it's always don't want to hear, don't want to talk about, don't want to, no, we don't talk about these comparisons and these specs. But we don't talk about cameras. Well, we can talk about these cameras all day, right? But that's it. But that's the thing too. Like think about it, right? Technology. You know why Apple iPhones are so successful? Because you don't fucking need any instructions to use. You don't really need any instructions to use any smartphones nowadays. But they were designed that way. One fucking stupid button. You know what I mean? You're very limited in what you can do as far as, the flexibility of the operating system. And it's like, but people love it, right? Because they were told if you spend more money, then obviously it has to be better. But it is what it is. But again, looking at the technology, looking at where we are in society, like what are we doing? Even when you talk about it, think about like what technologies are we improving? How to again watch television on bigger screens more clearly. How to game more. Again, like I say, better graphics and things like that. I mean, but everything it seems to be centered around our entertainment, and improving entertainment really does nothing for us as a whole. So I'm just wondering, like, where are we really making progress? Would you say maybe a company like Tesla with these self-driving cars? Of course, I know they weren't the first to come up with the idea, but they've definitely gotten a niche in the market. And they got the trucks, they got all the other weird stuff that's coming along, and just some of the weird stuff that the vehicles do. But I mean, it's still ultimately just a car, right? So what have we done that has been life changing? I mean, like, will there ever be another invention like as big as the car? As big as the internet. So, like I said, when I talk about all these technology, all these things happen, like what is it really doing to change the way, what is really happening that is changing the way we operate as citizens in society? And I don't think any of that's really happening unless I'm just, missing something. But there's that. That's funny. But, so there's another point I want to make, and I don't remember what it is, honestly. I really don't. I'm trying to think. I think we talked about some canceling stuff the other day, because there was some books I think they canceled, and we talked about the shows. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have much more to rant on. So I guess we will get ready to open up the line, and then we will go from there. God damn you, Mike M. I don't know, right? I think we already have like a mic limit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get out the den. You're gonna have to take a number, and we'll have to wait until we'll have to check our mic status to let you back in. Mike M. What kind of name is that? Double M, M&M. What kind of shit is this? What's going on here? But yeah, so like I say, I don't really have a lot to rant on this evening. It's been just a day. Been just real interesting days again. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking, I don't even think I've caught any. So I don't even know what's happening in the world today itself. And so out of there, I think the rain finally stopped. So that's good. Fucking float off the road and shit. All right, give me a second. Let me get ready to set the line up and everything. Oh, make sure I do this too. But again, I hope all of you are well. I hope everything is. I hope everything is going good for everyone. Make sure you guys are a part of the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, I'm telling you, you're missing out on a huge part of the conversation. So I definitely, let's do that. I don't know why that's like that. That's part of the problem right there. And I think we got that right there. All right, everything else looks good. All right, let me. Hold on 1 second. Oh, son of a bitch. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Hola. ¿Cómo está?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Oh, you know what?
Are you making this about your GPS?
This is very awkward. I may have to hang up on you and maybe have to have a call back. Hold on 1 second.
Don't lie.
Because I forgot I changed it. Why is everything? Did I reset everything? But I haven't done anything since yesterday. So that's what I'm saying. Everything's all crazy acting. All right. I'm gonna have to hang up on you and call you back, and we'll try this again because apparently I did some things. Let's see. For some reason, still is not giving y'all the audio here. Oh, well, I did something stupid.
You won.
Yeah. Did somebody order Papa John's pizza?
Nah, Papa John could kiss my ass.
So it's terrible. So we're assuming this is not the home that ordered the Papa John's pizza.
While at Whole Foods, someone
There's
put a
Papa John's where I
noose in
live,
my
so.
shopping car
That's terrible,
equals.
man. Why? Papa John ain't did nothing but try to make great pizza, better ingredients, better pizza.
Ingredients that taste like shit.
Appreciate the love. Prepay. Oh shit.
Movie's right.
If the
Oh, my
forced
God.
circumcision of every male born in America isn't proof enough, we under an old Jewish
that's
rulership,
terrible.
then what else is there to say?
It's gone to a circumstances conversation. So your thoughts, man? How do you feel about technology? Do you think technology is still benefiting society, or is it to a point where we're just getting distracted more easily?
Can you repeat that? You're kind of breaking up on my end.
Why is
Like,
it
like you're chopping.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. Still, I hadn't been at home today, so I didn't spend too much time looking at that. I said, in your opinion, do you think that technology is benefiting society, or it's more of a distraction?
Well, not really. Mainly because I don't know. I feel like the technology can have like a bad side to it. Like for example, with texting and driving. Like too many people are just focused on what's on their phones rather than paying attention to the road. And sure enough, boom, you crash into someone, and it's your fault.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're
Stupid.
if you're texting and driving and you do something foolish, you definitely deserve what's coming to you. Give me something. So I'm trying to figure out what's
Actually,
going on.
Heidi, that's that's something for another day, Heidi. That's something for another day.
I'm not even going to read what she says. She just puts terrible things. So,
Well, it's not. It's so good. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Okay, so the mascot at my school was somebody that was neutral in like the Civil War, and I guess that pretty much like they were for slaves.
so
What they're trying, so what they're trying to do is they want to change it because our school has had ties to the Confederacy. It also doesn't help that the population is predominantly white.
how do you feel about the Confederacy?
I don't know what you said because it's still pretty choppy. So
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. That's very unfortunate. Let me
it's
figure out.
fine.
But okay, so maybe let me try to, I guess, be a little bit louder. I said, so what are your thoughts on the Confederacy?
I mean, I don't want slaves.
You said you want slaves?
No, I don't,
Oh, why not?
because I feel that's kind of wrong.
I mean, well, what if you were like a very nice slave owner?
All right, so what does the rebel stand for? I have it right here. While some argue that the rebel is a vague symbol of defiance, Hayes has been clear about its link to the Confederacy. The team mascot is Colonel Jack, a character in Confederate uniform. The Colonel's namesake, Jack C. Hayes, was a Texas Ranger, not a Confederate soldier. He remained neutral during the Civil War. This is deliberate, unnecessary commemoration of the Confederacy. Why would we want a soldier who fought to keep a group of people enslaved to represent our school? So that's pretty much why they want to change the mascot.
So how do you feel about changing it?
I mean, they're lucky I haven't switched yet.
So you want them just to keep the name?
Hmm?
Do you want them to keep the name?
Damn it, it keeps cutting out.
I said, would you like them to keep the name?
Would you like me to keep
The school.
or would I like them to keep the name of the mascot?
Yes.
For the school.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I honestly don't know. I mean, if it has to go to that, then go ahead, do what you got to do.
Okay. All right. Well, any other thoughts you have there?
Oh yeah, I actually have a question that I wanted to ask you.
All right. What you got?
Is this entire live stream about your GPS flipping out on you when you were trying to go to Whataburger?
No, it has nothing
When
to
you
do
could have just gotten DoorDash?
I know, damn that DoorDash and damn that Whataburger. No, it has nothing to do with the GPS, actually. I have not been using the GPS since that day. It has shown that it is useless and it has failed me. So therefore, I will no longer rely on the global positioning system.
Oh, you threw it out the window?
No, it's through my phone. That wouldn't be a wise thing to do. As much as we're talking about technology's pitfalls, though that's one of the benefits of being able to communicate whenever you want.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll go ahead and let somebody else call it.
All right, sir. Well, Mr. Jason S., I appreciate your call, sir.
All right.
All right. You're a terrible person. Now, pardon me if you hear me tinkering with things, trying to figure out what's going on here. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Yo, 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 yo.
Don't play with my yo-yo.
Marvin.
Miss Rashida, how are you this evening?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Life is good. So what are your thoughts? How do you feel about technology?
First, I have to give my shout out. Hi, Miss Grace. Hi, Broderick. Hey, Miss Bill. Sweet Bill. Everybody else.
This is terrible.
I think technology has been a good thing, but I also think it has made people lazy at the same time.
Really? Why do you think it's made people lazy?
It's like you can just pretty much just stay home. I mean, you can get everything pretty much done at home. You can work from home. You can order your food. You can order groceries. Yeah, you can even buy you a car if you want to. You can rent places. I mean, it's a lot of things you can just do from your mobile phone. Pay your bills. Yeah, you can exercise at home. Shit, what you gotta leave the house for? Get fresh air.
So you would rather utilize the technology to remain in more solitude than embrace the social capabilities and connect with?
Yeah, I think it also has made us disconnected from each other. Like before, we used to call each other more. Now we are text, and it's like it's limiting your social activity with other people. But you know what? I think the younger generation has suffered more from technology than the older generation because in school, the way they teach now is more technology driven, and you're not getting the basics and the fundamentals like back in the day. You had pen and paper to do your math. Now they letting you calculate us and everything and not teaching you the basics. So when these young people go out for jobs and suppose cashier jobs, and they ready to break down, they couldn't even add it up. You know what I'm saying? Add up the things on pen and paper. Well, they can't make change. You know what I'm saying? Without the to use excuse me, the register. They're like, duh, you know what I'm saying? Like, duh, it's just.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so what do you expect to happen? Do you think that, there will be a change? Do you think that, technology eventually is going to replace people?
Even more technology driven in the future. I can see the future being even more automated and everything else. Even in third world countries, they're trying to get technology over there. And so, but one thing I found strange was that for this to be such a big country, people, it's not. I don't think it's enough computers in the homes because during the coronavirus, like some of the schools wanted the students to participate in online activities, not activities, but like homework and whatever. And they found that a lot of students didn't have access to the internet at home or didn't have a computer. Now I'm trying to figure out why they have programs in other countries where they give the kids free laptops and everything, but they don't have. I don't think they have that here. You know what I'm saying? I think like they should have programs where like every student should be able to be connected to. Yeah, they have a free laptop.
I would like to agree with that. And in theory, it sounds ideal. But,
But
like
you can
I
also
know.
put parental controls on the laptop to where they can't just be out there accessing everything because when you do allow your kids to be on the internet, you also don't want them engaged in the chat rooms and you know how the creepy creepers be trying to find the kids and stuff. So the internet, although it can be wonderful, it can also be dangerous. So you know we have to think about stuff.
Yeah, but that's my thing. But it's not even just that. But I'm just saying, if you're giving some people a piece of hardware, worth a couple $100 or whatever. Well, depending on what type of neighborhood.
I'm not talking about snacks that goddamn it. They gave those kids laptops that was valued at like $100, something like that. It wasn't no expensive state of the
But
art.
I
It was
mean,
it was
couple of hundred,
basic.
it's still.
Just basic. It wasn't something.
Look, I didn't.
It was
I
more
didn't.
so for schoolwork, not for to be the latest and greatest.
I'm not
I don't
saying
even
that.
like Apple products anyway.
Well, yeah, we are. We ain't gonna get on the Apple thing. We already know about Apple. But all I'm saying is that
I
even
bought an
that.
iPhone. I had that phone for 3 days, and I took that shit that I did not like.
Mm,
Apple stuff. I'm
tough.
an Android.
Gang, gang. Uh,
Yeah,
but
I'm rocking my Samsung Galaxy right now.
you know what I'm talking about. I
F9.
look.
I'm thinking about upgrade to the 10, but I don't know.
Okay, see, look,
I see what's up.
I'm
But
still.
I always found Samsung phones very easy to operate and everything. Galaxy, so
Yes,
that
yes.
works. I mean,
Yeah, the fucking AT&T person was over trying to convert.
but you know what? I love my phone because I think I don't use the phone feature that much. I actually use it more so for paying bills and social media, playing games, stuff like that.
Getting kicked out of groups.
And porn.
Mm.
No.
Yeah. So you say.
I was looking for your video yesterday. I still haven't found it, but
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to
I
keep
think
hunting. Like I've done some thorough scrubbing of the interwebs.
I think your video is on the dark web. I
It
don't
might
know
be.
if I can find it.
That's where all the good shit is. But,
Mm.
oh man. Okay. So you feel like that? It's there, but we're not utilizing the full capabilities that we could be with this
You
technology
know
by getting
what?
it in the hands
You
of the.
need to do a fundraiser. You need to do a fundraiser to get some more audio equipment because it's definitely your end that's messing up. Look at that.
We're gonna do a fundraiser. Okay, I'm gonna get it started.
Hey, y'all, we need to raise money for Honcho for audio equipment and a new chair.
Yeah, the chair
So,
definitely.
for sure.
Yeah, I see
And why
that.
you always sitting in the dark? Are the lights in the den off? You ain't telling us something.
What do you mean sitting in the dark? It's the way the lights are hanging. What are you saying, Rashida?
Huh?
It's actually very bright in here, and
It
excuse
don't
me.
look like it. I mean, not to say that you dark skinned or nothing, but
I think this is some colorism.
background and your skin complexion. I'm just saying it's a little hard to see you. I'm just saying, that ain't
Okay. Let me just jot this down now. Next time I see this phone number, to make sure. Okay. Okay. And then okay.
That's for not getting Saturday yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then I remember that comment you made about the damn weed. That shit wasn't funny.
About what now? What happened? What? The comment I
You
made.
told me to change my weeds when I go loose. Remember that? Yeah.
That's just helpful advice because I would hate for you to
You
get
want to
caught. I would hate for you to get caught up in some shit, when it can be prevented.
Well, I think I'm about to wrap it up. But the last thing I want to say, well, why you always trying to encourage people to go to the Discord and you don't even be in there? You be in there for 2 minutes and then you gone.
I'll be in the Discord all
No,
the time.
you wasn't. The one time I was in there, you was nowhere to be found.
The one time you were in there. Interesting.
You had slid in there and you slid out. That's what he do, y'all. Tell all y'all to go in the Discord at the end of the show, and he pop in there and he pop out.
Yeah, well,
So
this is partially true. Yeah, I go in there, I get the conversation started.
I didn't say nothing. I was just listening to see what anybody talking about me.
Oh yeah, we be talking about you. That's why we know when you ain't come back in there, we waited because we saw them new names. We was like, oh, they must be Rashida. We're going to wait till she slide out. And then as soon as you dipped out, we got on that ass.
The only person I really saw in there was Broderick in there running his mouth, just take up over the whole conversation. He just be blah, 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 blah. Lord, now, gee. I almost pushed the mute button on him. Like, yeah, damn, shut up, Broderick.
Well, damn. Well, geez. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I'm sorry for shit with you, Broderick, because you always talk shit about me. So, it is what it is. Pull up, then.
She's out there plexing. She's starting beef and ready to set it off. And that's crazy.
What you say now?
What you say? I don't want no problems. No, I'm good. I don't want no issues.
Right, that's right. You know I pull up on the den, no play.
Shout out Marie Love. How you doing, Miss Marie? I got a question though. If you're in the chat, let me know if the audio is cutting kind of in and out for the chat also. Maybe I can figure something out here.
What's that?
Huh? What happened?
You keep breaking up. Man, y'all, we got to get on this fundraiser for this audio because I can't hardly. I don't understand it. And I try to put the rest together.
Okay, it may be the audio thing, the phone service I'm using, if that's the problem. Okay. Yeah, you know.
This is the second day in a row it did this. It didn't ever really do this before. I don't know.
No, the phone service I use, they don't support Black Lives Matter, and so they don't want to see me, having access to a proper phone line. That's all.
But you know what? The funny thing is when I'm listening to the den, it don't sound like this. Maybe it's just when you call the people and the people call in.
That's what I'm saying. So it may be, like I said, it may be the service, the phone service that I'm using that's having some issues. Is what I'm wondering. Because if they can hear me, the chat says they hear it good. So I may have to. It may be time to start looking for a new denline.
Yeah. Did anybody in the chat have any questions for me?
No good ones. Nothing pleasant.
I don't give a shit. I better leave me alone. I ain't one of them y'all can bully. Y'all can't bully me, goddammit. I do the bullying around here.
The Sharknado.
That's right. That's right. Don't make me come through there with my ring to pop all y'all ass upside down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what? Before I this really the end right here. Did you hear that story about Hurricane Chris? And he accused of second-degree murder because he shot some guy at the gas station and said the guy was trying to steal his car.
They said on the video it didn't
Now,
look like that.
Now the funny thing is they had video and they said that it was no self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also said that he stole the goddamn car. So how the hell you gonna kill somebody over a car you stole? I mean, he stole your car. That's some shit right there.
He might be on some other shit. You never know what's going on.
I think he was off that. I think he was off that Molly, or he was off that Hen, or I just think he was I think he was on something.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. He had him a little song or two, and then just never heard from him again. You know, so.
Right, he had that one little hit. What was that hit he had? I can't remember the name of it. He had that one little jam.
You talking about A Baby?
Yeah. Hey Baby.
He had another little song, but it wasn't as popular. It was called
Hey Baby.
Players Rock. That jam. He had 2 or 3 little songs that was. I'm not
into rap, so I don't know all that about all that.
You say you ain't in the rap, but I swear I saw your mixtape on that Piff. So but it is what it is.
I'm not against rap. I'm not against rappers, but I am against those thugs. It's a bomb. And that was my shit right.
Yeah, I thought you were about to bust out the karaoke for us. You go ahead, spit a verse for us.
Huh?
Go ahead, spit a verse for us.
What you say now?
Well, what happened?
Who?
You ain't gonna you're not gonna spit a verse for us for the people.
Gotta give it on up to the black pot. You know they be going too damn fast on there. I can't. Shit. I don't know none of they verses. They was the first mumble rappers. While Offset and them tried to steal they damn thing, saying they was the first. Y'all Migos. Yeah. Y'all want the first shit. Sit down.
We had an argument about that.
Yeah, that was my group right there. Bone Thugs and Harm, for those people that don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. But you from Chicago, y'all had Twista and all. You supposed to Bone Thugs should be easy for you. You listen to Twista and all that. Bone Thugs shouldn't be no problem, man.
Hell no. I love me some Twista, but shit, I ain't know what the hell he was saying neither.
Oh, damn. That's tough.
You know what? I don't think he didn't make it like Kanye made it. They was real good friends. I don't know what happened. Kanye, why you didn't quit saying the hood, goddamn, if you listen? I don't appreciate this shit. You supposed to Twista with you.
That's on Twista, man. Twista was a name before Kanye. I say Twista had a name before Kanye. That's on Twista.
I know, but they was together a night in Chicago. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, Kanye just came out with all falls down, hey. Man, all that, I don't know, shit, man. He just left the city and married him Kardashians and went crazy and I don't know. Talking about he MAGA supporter and first he said Bush didn't like black people and then all of a sudden he's a Trump supporter. I don't know what to say, man. One time he dyed his hair blonde and it was just I done got all off topic. What was the topic about technology or something?
I'm just listening to this Kanye West biography that you are presenting us with, along with
he used
soundtrack.
to be a Skytown favorite. I don't know if we're gonna keep playing him. We're gonna get him Houston.
Who, Kanye?
Yeah.
I'm taking Kanye.
We're gonna say
Kanye is a legend. Kanye is a shit. Kanye is a billionaire. What y'all talking about? We'll take him.
Hey, why y'all don't be claiming Beyonce? Y'all know that's the H-Town girl.
Man, we talked about that last night in the Den Discord. If you would have been there, you'd have found out exactly why. So you got to be there and be square.
But I be square, 'cause I ain't gonna be there, goddamn.
See, that's what you ain't. You see, you ain't down with the Den like you used to be. You used to be
Don't
down.
nobody be in a Discord.
Used to be like 10 toes.
I ain't with all that. I'm good.
What you mean,
I'm
bro?
good in the Den.
Broderick be there every night waiting on you. So what you talking about?
Exactly, like I said, the head nerd, Robert.
Well, that's tough.
It ain't tough, but you didn't disagree.
That's tough. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I can't. I can't.
You
sway
could
your
have
thoughts
said,
on it.
no, I ain't no nerd. You didn't say nothing.
No, Broderick is kind of a nerd, but he all right. Broderick is he's a church nerd, so it's all good. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, Broderick is well loved in the Den. We love you, Broderick. Sometimes, but sometimes you do get on my last damn nerve. But that's okay. Is there anything else? How long I've been on here now?
Breaking all kind of time limits. Let me see. Oh shit!
Oh, you just think you're so chill today? What's going on? You must have had a good day.
Me? No, I had an occupied day. I don't know why. Because I've been waking up like 4 or 5 in the morning, like the last at least about 2 weeks. So that's why I've been so fucking tired in the evenings. And then I'm really trying to get out the habit now because I don't need to as much. But now I'm.
You know what? I think you've been taking them energy pills, so you seem like you got more energy today. You've been taking that energy pill.
I'm drinking this whole ass energy drink.
All the black people selling now, the energy stuff. Yeah, that's what you've been doing.
The what? The who?
And did I hear you pop open a pop?
Did you hear me pop up at the top?
Yeah.
It might have
at
been.
the beginning.
Probably so. Yeah. I'm drinking this little energy drink. That's probably why I have some type of energy here.
Oh, that's what that is, Lo.
Yes, it's terrible. It tastes like fucking toxic rat piss. But it does the job for now. Then as soon as it's straight over,
if you like the carbonated flavor, try sparkling ice. Those are different carbonated drinks that you can get at Walmart.
Sparkling, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I fuck with them from time to time.
Yeah, I mess with them all the time. I love the coconut pineapple. I like the strawberry watermelon, the mangoes. I like all of them just about. It's a good alternative for soda. But I still get my Pepsi.
See, Pepsi is the problem right there. That's where you just ruined it. But here is the deal, Miss Rashida. As much
I
as
was
you
about to go anyway. Don't get so big. I told you already. You don't hear my call. Like
okay.
So I would like to wish everyone a happy weekend. And yeah, I think I done covered everything I want to cover. And I don't know why you always trying to end my call when I have the most interesting call out of everybody. So, but you know what? That's okay because you racist. It is what it is.
I'm racist?
Yeah, you racist.
Wow. I've never well, that's a lie. I have been. And you're probably right. I probably am. But none of that is important.
So everybody, y'all take care.
Well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate your call. And we'll see if it's the most interesting call this evening. You may be in the running. We'll see what's up.
That's every time I call on the most interesting call. What do you mean?
Like the Dos Equis man?
Usually?
Like the Dos Equis man. The most interesting man in the world used to drink Dos Equis. So you drink Dos Equis?
We're going to end this call. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
Miss Rashid. So, like, what if somebody like wanted to one up Dos Equis by making a Tres Equis, right? Like, would people buy that? What's the motherfucking deal? Who got called into the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Hello, Josh. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing.
You don't know how you're doing. Well, why don't you know how you are doing, sir?
I just don't. I'm seeing, people, I guess, going out, having fun, but at the same time, see people stay safe of the virus, and I'm seeing people saying that virus isn't going up in Cali due to protests, but Texas is pretty much on fire with everybody catching coronavirus all at one time. Finding out that Black Lives Matter Marxist, so all kind of shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but from the rip, the Black Lives Matter thing is, that whole thing is really unfortunate, because again, all the people who get caught up in that, not really understanding, they're looking at the name Black Lives Matter, and then in principle, I guess, hey, it's a noble thing, hey, well, I'm gonna march for justice for black people. That's what I believe. But then in reality, you're not even marching for justice for the people they're promoting and push to the forefront of this organization. They don't give a fuck about them people. They're just using those gentlemen as political fodder to push whatever agenda they're trying to do, and it has nothing to do with anything that those dudes stood for or died for, regardless of how or whatever they had going on. I'm pretty sure the majority of those guys weren't probably in agreement with a lot of the things that they stood for. So I don't blame you on that. There's a terrible organization.
Yeah, the thing, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get back on your topic, the technology part. But the thing that got me was that one of the founders said that two of them were trained Marxists. The problem so next question is, trained by who?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, and if it's trained by who I think it is, then the group needs to be shut down and charged with terrorism. Because that's George. Because most people saying it's George Soros, and we all know what he's about and what he wants to do. So,
well, obviously, there's a lot of mystery behind it, right? But how does you niggas can't get organized and shit else in society, but all of a sudden this movement just came together seemingly overnight and was just well organized in every state across the country, and just all this. So there's definitely some hidden hands at play behind this whole thing. But yeah, the whole purpose of that, like I said, is to undermine, not build, not create, not construct, not improve shit. Just give us some stuff for existing because we feel like we deserve it. Not, let's get into a position to where we, can restructure our beliefs and, build some shit. We just want to be given some shit, and that's not sustainable.
and another thing that's under the radar is, why nobody's talking about why nobody's talking about COVID-19 in Washington State and Seattle with all the Chads going on? So you mean to tell me coronavirus has skipped them?
Yeah, I heard Chad's getting shut down or something like that, and they were saying Chad's chop, whatever the fuck it's gonna be. So,
yeah, but nobody's talking about nobody getting COVID over there. Maybe it skipped them. I don't know.
But do you think they're going out there and testing those areas?
I think the shit shouldn't happen anyway. They should come in and clean house anyway, because it's almost like, since BLM already came out and said they're Marxists, that it's almost like BMM is the peaceful side, and like Antifa and the people that run over there is their hit squad. One is for peace, the other one raised as hell. But both of them work tandem to reach their goals.
But have they really reached any goals?
I mean, are you talking about like did they reach their goals?
Yeah, have they, whatever goals that they're attempting to, obtain or whatever, do you feel like they've reached any, or do you know what it is exactly they're seeking, and do you think they're getting closer to it?
I don't think they're going to get closer to it because people know about them now.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to move a different way, which is taking the process slower, and you got the president speaking out about it, so they can't really do what they really want to do, but they're doing it in small and different ways.
Okay. So ultimately, what do you think, happens with all of this, when it's all said and done?
Wait, so you asked like, what? Yes, he asked like, so what do y'all think when it's all said and done?
Yes. Yeah, when it's all said and done, what do you think? I mean, or the Antifa BLM tandem, in your opinion, are they successful? I mean, does America go back to, everything that's been going on? Do the videos increase of bad police activity? Like, what do you mean? Just ultimately, like, what do you think happens? From all of this activity and energy that is, getting spread around.
Well, I think that they're going to stop once, I guess, everybody is lifted, and once the I guess once So as far as Washington State, it's going to stop once the state is firmly lifted from their quote unquote lockdown, when people can actually go back to work and make a living. So, but if they can't do that because of COVID and the technology is failing that's there, because you got people saying that the deaths are counted, you got people saying that the deaths are inflated. So.
Okay. Well, do you think the numbers are inflated, or do you think that it's maybe worse than we know?
Do I think what is my bad?
I said, do you think the numbers are inflated?
Like I said, when there's reports out that that hospitals get more money if there are more COVID-19 deaths available, hospitals that don't have a lot of funding will probably say that there are more deaths because of COVID-19, but it's not. For example, somebody with a bad heart situation, they tested for COVID right before they died. They test positive and then they died, but they died of the heart issue, not actual the COVID disease.
Mm.
So that's what's going on. That's why nobody can really catch it, because they're not really dying because of COVID. They're dying because of something else. But COVID is blamed if they test positive, if it's in their system. So.
Okay. I think the whole handling of it by the healthcare system and the way I don't know, again, like I said, I'm not going to say, that Trump's hands are scot-free, but I'm just saying, like, the way it seems to have been pushed out there, and yes, there have been some tragic incidents, but I just think that, and I know people were trying to respond quickly with a lack of information to, what was going on. But I don't know. I just feel like I think some of this panic was manufactured, and it created, a situation that probably could have been handled much better than it was. But looking at we talked about, the Rona and all that, and then kind of the segue into technology, and I don't know if you've seen it. Are you an Android or an Apple user?
I'm an Apple user.
I know you were a terrible person, but maybe you've seen it on your phone. Have you seen the COVID tracing app settings thing on your phone?
I haven't really. I guess, paid attention to it a lot because I'm a firm believer in, I guess, one or two things happening with the virus itself. One, either the virus isn't as deadly what it is and it's being hyped up, or two, and this is how I know if it's going to be fixed. If Biden wins and vaccine magically just comes out all of a sudden, then I know that all this shit was a setup.
Do you think Biden's going to win?
Huh?
Do you think that Joe Biden is going to win?
I said if. Like, I don't think that's the right. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I'm only going to know, like, 2 weeks before the election. I really don't know what the fuck.
Okay.
Because Trump did some dumb shit and he cut off federal funding for testing, which was, I don't understand that, but hey, you're president, I'm here, I don't know.
So do you think that people are going to respond negatively to the way Trump has handled this virus, and you think that, that's going to cost him in November?
Honestly, I think people are going to vote on policy and if the coronavirus really did affect them.
Okay. All right.
I used to believe the media, and then 2016 happened, so.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, a lot of fake news got exposed, which is crazy. It's fucking crazy that that's a thing, but here we are, right? Okay, all right. Well, what else is on your mind in regards to technology, sir?
Yes, what's up with my mind about the technology question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but by technology, like I said, I mean, I'm in information technology myself, so technology is improving. I guess the next thing they can do else is, I mean, flying cars has already been here. It's just not been used by a lot. And I guess what's going to hurt people the most is the more technology increases, the higher the price goes. And it's almost a gentrification situation. Like, the higher technology goes, the more high the price is. People can't afford it. People can't buy it, and they're going to stick to what's there. And then, I mean, it is what it is. So when technology advances, are people going to be able to afford it?
But I mean, if people really want it, people will find a way. Because, I mean, think about all these iPhones and things that come out. These are fucking $1,000 phones, people talk about struggling to pay rent and do basic things, but yet these same people will have the latest iPhone, Pro X, 11 XL, double XYZ, banana split, whatever the fuck. Newest phones and shit, like with like have to have them. Like they'll do whatever for them just to say they have them. And again, the phones don't do anything that much different than the previous phone that they had, but just to say that they have them. So I mean, even if technology is expensive, if people really want it, they'll find a way to get it. They'll sell a kidney for that shit.
And this tweet right here is where we're probably going to get to in this country if Antifa and Black Lives Matter and Marxism takes over. So I think that Dan will like this one. Y'all ready for it?
Yes.
All right. Someone with 12,000 followers and this guy 50,000 retweets and 170,000 likes. And it reads, "Money is not real. A country that has $24 trillion in debt yet manages to magically fund wherever they see fit. Money is not real. Send out more of these fucking magical stimulus checks. People still can't eat." Now, I was driving when I seen this, and thankfully there was no car in front of me because I almost hit the brakes, but yeah, but that's where we're going, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it happens. Are they supposed to be something? I saw somebody tweeting something about the second stimulus or something like that. I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm so fucking out of touch. I don't even know what's going on. Like I've been tuned out the last couple of weeks. So I mean, I just saw some people mention it. So I don't know if it's a thing or not. But even if they do, again, depending on where you are in life, what is that really doing? I mean, it's not too much of nothing. But at the same time, You know, when you're telling people that they can't work or they can't do this or this job's not essential or, hey, you know, these places can't be open. Like, I mean, when you're preventing someone from being able to make a living, I think you have an issue, you know. But again, like I said, I think it's just we're just in a weird spot. So some people are going to argue health first. Other people are going to argue, you know, economy first. You know, hey, if we don't have people working and making stuff, then nobody's spending money. And if nobody's spending money, those jobs are going to disappear. And, you know, if things do go back to normal, then those jobs disappear. Stuff don't get made. It just has this, you know, back and forth effect. So I get it. I understand. But it's, I mean, I guess it's just to whomever's involved, right? So I don't know where we're at, man. But I don't know. But when it's all over, do you think we're having a sports season? Because I hear a bunch of back and forth. Yeah, some teams are going to play, some teams are not. Do you think there will be an NFL season when this is all said and done, Josh?
Actually, this is another thing I didn't get either because I don't know if social distancing matters or not. People are out here protesting, but I guess the virus skipped them. But anyway, but as far as the NFL goes, I think they will be a season. I think they're trying to get everybody to be immune to it. Actually, but I don't think there's going to be fans. I think that there's going to be sponsorships on the side, and people will still be able to play football and stuff. Because if the MLB is coming back, then I believe the NFL is going to continue a schedule.
But I mean, in the MLB, don't they play a game of social distancing? So isn't it a bit different? Like football, you're running at each other, you know, and you're talking about in a group of people amassed jumping all over each other. In baseball, you know, maybe not so much. I mean, you can make plays honestly without ever making contact with anybody. So do you think that because of the style of the sport that maybe that'll play a difference?
Yeah, but I believe the NFL is just one of them leagues that's like they're gonna do everything unless someone literally dying of coronavirus on the field to actually stop the NFL.
Okay.
They just ran like that.
Okay. All right. Well, any other thoughts there, Mr. Josh?
Wait, what you said about that?
I said, do you have any other thoughts there, Mr. Josh?
Yeah. One more thing about technology stuff is just like technology is part of the vaccine because I don't know why Bill Gates is working with the technology advancement of it, and I don't know why Fauci's involved with that, which is suspect to me because the man's not a doctor, the man did not graduate college. I mean, I don't know why a Microsoft guy is involved with medicine unless he believes in depopulation like he's been saying he is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a crazy theory going around that if people take the vaccine, it's going to be hard for women to become fertile, which is going to be harder for people to have children. So, and knowing how this world's going, it would not surprise me.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, you know, you got to look at there definitely will, you know, with all the testing and stuff that has to be done. I always find it interesting because you don't ever really know the long-term effects, and you know, you start finding shit out 3-4 years down the line that this shit turns your fucking feet webbed and you fucking start swimming like a duck or some shit. So, okay. All right. That's definitely something to pay attention to. Yeah, I've wondered about the Bill Gates thing myself, so, you know, that might be a conversation for the near future.
Oh, yeah, man.
Okay. All right, well, that's the best.
Yeah, that's my call, man.
All right, well, best of luck, Mr. Johnson, man. I appreciate you calling and sharing your thoughts with us, sir.
All right, man.
All right, have a good evening. Well, here's my thing, right? Technology and embracing the tech. Like, I think it's neat. Like, if you're really into technology for, you know, the capabilities, again, you know, whether it's, you know, for, I guess, the improvement of everyday lives, if it's some old super scientific shit. I mean, if you just own some other things, again, if you're whatever, I don't know, whatever tickles your fancy. That's a weird fucking saying, tickle. What tickles your fancy? What the fuck is a fancy to be tickled, right? But, like I say, to me, I get it. Like, I think it's important. I think it's good. But again, at the same time, too, you, like, have to understand it. Like, because you think about the convenience of all of this. Like, I think about, like, those in-home security systems where you go and you get all this shit, but with so many people getting those things set up and not understanding, I guess, leaving it on the default settings actually left you probably more vulnerable than not having one, because people are able to easily get into the cameras. You were easily able to look into people's homes and fucking see what they were doing. There was like a whole website dedicated. I don't know if it's still up or not, but like people who didn't secure their shit, and you literally just looking in people's houses all day. Like, and I mean, it was thousands of them. Like, but. So, I mean, it's cool to have, but if you don't really know how to use it, if you're not, like, maximizing it, again, like I say, it can be actually more detrimental than it can be beneficial. So, that's always something to consider. Same thing, with these phones and all of these things, you can do so much more mobily, than you used to be able to do. You can do more with the palm of your hand now than you used to be doing, sitting on your ass probably at up until fucking 2012. I mean, shit, the way the phones are fucking now, so fucking they do everything. I mean, shit, they were way more powerful than some of these fucking computers used to have back in the day. Like, I remember fucking having a gateway. I had a gateway was my first computer, fucking gateway. And I don't know how excited I was about that thing. Thought it was the greatest shit ever. Like, now, that motherfucker didn't do a goddamn thing. Like, literally, this fucking phone is 1,000 times more powerful than that fucking Dell. That Gateway. I'm thinking about the other one. Dude, you're getting the Dell. One of those fucking, like, they don't have those commercials on TV anymore. Like, when's the last time you saw a fucking computer commercial on television? Like, people don't even buy PCs anymore, which I think is crazy personally. I think PCs are awesome. Like, I want to do me a fucking another rebuild, another custom build right now. Like, that's the plan. I've been looking at some things and I'm just like, well, it's been a couple of years since I built this one. It's about time for an upgrade, right? And so I've just been looking at some stuff and I'm just like, yeah, I get and I got away from fucking with electronics for so long. Like I say, just when I was on some other shit. But, I get excited looking at fucking computer parts and shit like that. Like, thinking about putting together a fucking rig like that, to me is exciting. My cable management is terrible. I'm awful, and my cable management is the worst. But, like that's the kind of thing that like I get excited about, right? So, to me it's cool. But again, all that stuff, if you're not properly utilized, can be more detrimental. Like I said, you get all this. I feel like you can have all this high-powered, high-speed shit. If you don't know what you're doing, I mean, you just crash faster, right? So, yeah. Let's see. See, Bill Gates believing you did just like Margaret Thatcher. Oh, that's terrible. You see what's going on in D.C.? I don't know what is going on in D.C. Miss Cardi, how you doing? Man, look, I've been on some... don't take this any particular way, right? But I've been listening. I was talking about it the other day. I think I said in the Discord. I was like, damn, I ain't really... My current playlist of music doesn't have any H-Town rappers in it, right? But I've been listening to this one particular rapper that I just stumbled across. The only reason I actually been listening to him is I stumbled across a YouTube video. I guess somebody took one of his Instagram lives and he was just spitting some game. I was like, okay, I like what he's talking about. Okay, very interesting. Let me see what his music about. I'd heard some people mention him. And it turns out the music be jamming a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the rapper reminds me of Miss Cartier. And it's it's like it's something he says, and so I'm gonna try to find the exact clip. It's something he says, and I don't want to give it away, but I'm gonna get a clip of it. Maybe we'll play in the Discord or something like that. And I want to know if I'm tripping or if some of the Den Folk OGs can remember. It's something he says that reminds me of you, Miss Cartier. So it's a particular way he says something. And every time he says that, I think about Miss Cartier. I think about the first phone call from Miss White. But yeah, so that's maybe what's tomorrow? Friday? Is tomorrow Friday? Is today Thursday? Maybe I pull a rabbit out of the hat. Man, I don't know. I've been saying I want to do the karaoke thing, but like I said, because those videos end up like almost not getting to be watched because you get the little notices or whatever. It's not like getting copyright strike. You get the little copyright notices, but then you got to end up taking the audio and all that shit out. So it's almost like you don't even get to, you don't even really get to enjoy it because, the sound ends up getting kind of fucked off on those videos. So that's why I've been, insinuating about doing karaoke in the Discord. Because there's a couple of things that we could do, I think, a little bit differently that may be interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. So, but I've been wanting to do that. Maybe like on a Friday evening, we get in the Discord and we karaoke it up. Do nursery rhymes. We're going to have a rap battle. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a Den Discord rap battle. And it should be extremely fucking interesting. I think that would be hilarious. And I've probably been watching too much fucking Wild 'N Out lately. Like, I thought Wild 'N Out was a terrible show. Like, I didn't think it was funny. Didn't think it was good. But somehow the clips start showing up on my fucking YouTube. And I've been watching a couple. I'm like, hey, this stuff is actually not as bad as I remember the show being. I didn't realize it's been on as long as it has, but I remember the original Wild 'N Out, when it's like Cat Williams and the motherfuckers on there. Like, okay, it's all right. It's kind of corny, but whatever. But I've been watching it now, and I'm just like, you know what? It actually isn't that bad. There's a couple of ideas that we could use from it. Maybe we can. I think that actually is a pretty good idea. So let me jot that down. And we gotta stop all the beefing in the Discord. There's a lot of beef in the Discord. I blame it on Broderick. He be riling people up. Kind of like they be doing them bulls before they come out the gate and shit. Or fucking pit bull slapping and roughing up the dogs and shit, getting them mad. That's how Broderick be doing people. Then he be setting them up for the okie doke. But like I said, technology is a beautiful thing. It really is. And the reason why I say that is because look at it. Like, we have the ability now. Without technology, I don't know how many of us currently sitting in this room or people who frequent this community, like, would know each other. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple of folks who may have known each other, prior to ever coming to here. But I mean, now I think a lot of us have, built relationships and understanding and communications through various social media platforms to get to know one another, and like there've actually been real connections made through the Den, and so that's kind of like what it is. Now, who's not beefing in the Discord? It's always some new. Like, I pull up in the Discord, everything will be peachy keen, everybody is good. I fall asleep, I slide out the Discord next morning, I check, I'm looking in the text part of the conversation, somebody I guess commenting on whatever beefing in the conversation has happened, and people posting receipts and shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? What just happened? Like, everything seemed to be kosher when I left, and now, we got some 3-day-old beef or some shit. But yeah, so this is kind of like, technology is a beautiful thing. It's an amazing thing. But at the same time, I think it's extremely important to protect yourself because with convenience comes opportunity. When you start to make things easier, you're also making it easier for you to be had. And what I mean by that is just that you make it, when you make things convenient, you make things easier, you're also like making it access to yourself or to your information or whatever it may be easier. So you just have to be cautious, and you got to really think of the trade-offs of, every piece of technology you get. So you think about these smart TVs. Like I have a beef with smart TVs, and it's like they're all fucking smart TVs now. Because I definitely could use a new television, but I damn near want to go find an old fucking plasma or something from somebody. Because all TVs are internet connected and all that shit, which is cool. But at the same time, I don't want the fucking talking TV shit or you listening to all your shit. I mean, it's known. Why would you have a mic on a fucking anything if it's not recording? Of course it's recording. And so, I like beef with little shit like that. Is it going to have this huge impact on me? No. We have these egos about ourselves, so of course we're going to hype certain things up. Of course we're going to make our problems, major. I don't want to be tracked. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be, and again, the majority of us aren't doing a goddamn thing. It doesn't matter. And even if you are, in your mind, you play things out to be bigger than what they really are. So we just, the government's watching us and doing all this like.
Love your streams. Keep up the good work and stay safe. Folded hands, medium light skin tone. Folded hands, medium light skin tone.
Well, hopefully you're not. I don't think you really got too much to be worried about in a situation like that. Is that a fucking? Is that Lucky Charm? What the fuck is that? So, but I get it. You just don't want to be tracked. I mean, you don't want to feel like a fucking animal, You don't want to feel like all that stuff. So I get it. So I understand that. But it's what's important to you. Again, if you don't mind, being a fucking advertising ID and all of this shit, and you don't care about any of those things, it is what it is. Like I don't think of myself much as a consumer. So, we all consume in some way, but it's like I'm super stubborn. Like an ad will probably make me not buy something more than it will make me buy something, which is kind of ass backwards. Like, and then again, like I said, I'm a person who study a product until I don't even want the shit no more. Like I'll be hyped about some shit, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, well let me get this. Okay, what are the specs? What are this, and this? And hey, you know what? Fuck this. This product over here is way better. But again, like I say, it's just it's weird. But I think technology is only going to become more and more a part of our lives. I look at this whole situation, and let's be honest, it's the corona now, but what's next? There's going to be other things. There's going to be other pandemics. This is just where we're going. And, there's going to be more and more stuff trying to push people to stay inside. There's going to be a lot more people going to comply. I think that pretty soon virtual reality is going to be a much more commonplace thing. It's there, it's available. I know people do little things with their phones and little glasses. I've never done that. I need to try that. But I think it's going to get to the point where it's going to be more commonplace. People are going to start using virtual reality more in their day-to-day lives to handle certain activities. I know they already got the thing with that NBA courtside thing where you basically are fucking watching games from virtually, or I guess on your phone or on your device or whatever, and it's like you're sitting courtside. There's going to be more and more shit like that. So imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if they start offering other paid services or some shit, instead of going and buying a real fucking ticket to motherfucking me and sitting at a game and having to buy these fucking high-ass drinks and all this other shit. Well, here, let me pay a couple of bucks and I can technically sit anywhere I want in the stadium and, get this awesome view. Maybe you get to see and do some shit that you don't normally get on the TV broadcast, who knows. But it's just only going to get more and more realistic. Imagine a fucking, fucking UFC pay-per-view or something where you're virtually in the arena. You know what I mean? You get some little virtual blood spattered on you. I don't know. That's maybe too much, but I get what I'm saying. like experiences are going to change, and there's going to be a point where I think you'll be able to create like affordable experiences for people to the point where it's so realistic. It's so like, there's almost like people are going to not be taking real vacations. They're going to take these fucking virtual vacations. They're going to be super cheap, right? And you can do it whenever. You can take a weekend off and go fuck on this fucking virtual vacation and just be somewhere else, right? I mean, I don't know how you would drink. I mean, you gotta come out the headset and shit, I'm sure, to piss and all that other stuff, but I don't maybe it's a virtual toilet. Maybe it's like kind of how it works in dreams or something. I don't know. But, like, I see it happening. This is where we are. We're getting fatter as a society. We're getting lazier. Again, like I say, the strong, what is it? We're culling the herd, if you will. But it's in the sense of culling is not killing people off. It's just making them fucking stationary. That's basically what it is. It's more and more stationary. But I'm gonna play myself here in front of this television, in front of this computer, in front of this video game, in front of this fucking iPad, whatever. And I give up. I'm just gonna be here. And this is not your common user. Like, I'm not talking about somebody who, utilizes these things for business or whatever else. But I can see it. Like, imagine, you pay fucking, $10 to go on a fucking virtual tour of a fucking city, right? And you got everything. I mean, literally, like, almost like your existence is there amongst people as they're moving amongst their data. I mean, if they can create a fucking Tupac hologram, pretty soon, you'll be able to virtually appear anywhere in the world in real time. And, motherfuckers gonna be in reality not realizing that they're walking amongst virtual people. You feel me? So it's like, I think it's just gonna be, again, this is just very limited thinking. I'm just off the cuff right now. I mean, there's gonna be so much more. And I think, like, right now, I know right now, smartphones we're heavily dependent on everything that we do, everything you do. I know people who are fearful of talking about, getting the fucking little injection thing, right? Mark of the beast. I don't want to get injected with this tracker. I mean, well, you don't have to get injected. I mean, you're doing it anyway, right? You fucking carry a phone around. And that's everything it's everything. You got your banking information. You got all your social media shit in there. You got to have fucking social media to do damn near anything online. All of your personal everything is in your phone. Generally, like, the information in your phone is worth more than the phone. Phone already high as fuck, but the information in that phone is even more valuable, and you carry it around on a fucking mobile, easily removable device. Like, that's just how we operate. But again, this is just me and my random thoughts. Judge Dredd, never watched, never saw Judge Dredd. What'd you say? $10 allows you to donate generously, then get ignored. Oh, snap. Well, absolutely. Appreciate the love, Sparks. Well, I'm sorry for that. Did not know that. Y'all know when I go to my tent and I just be in my zone, I just, and the chat is bad, so I have to stop looking. But thank you, Spark. Was it Spark 812? Appreciate the love. Thank you so very much. Damn you, Heidi. But that's the COVID tracker. It's on everybody's phone, and that's wild, right? So yes, thank you, Heidi, for being such an asshole and reminding me. So thank you for that. But I definitely was oblivious to that. I was not looking. But he's already a weirdo, that Chris Daly, whatever his name. Like, I told y'all, like, that episode of Workaholics, like, and I hope they don't cancel it. I hope they keep it. Better get it while you can. It's like, it was too good, right? It was too good. Who's making tamales? I don't know, Big M. Big M's not a real Hispanic. So, I mean, trust his tamales at your own risk. I'm willing to, like, bet on any old lady's gas station tamales before I take a risk with Big M tamales. That's just my personal opinion. Oh yeah. There was Demolition Man. Yeah, just like that. Exactly. Yeah, it was Demolition Man. Demolition Man was underappreciated. One of those futuristic Taco Bells. That's the only thing that came true. But but yeah, like that. Like, and that's I mean that's what's gonna happen, right? That's where we are. Hey, we can't come in contact with each other because of STDs. Let's all get it in virtually. Gonna attach some shit to your body. It's gonna know how to stimulate, all kind of weird shit. You already see the robots are out there, right? And the den honestly was founded on sex robots and BBWs, right? And it's gotten so bad with the sex robots we don't even talk about them anymore. Like, that was an original staple of the den when it was the Kush Den. Every day, BBWs, robo-hoes. Like, it somehow, some way, that came up in the conversation. Period. Like, it had to. Otherwise, it wasn't a real episode of the fucking Kush Den. And then, yeah, we would talk about ass somehow. They're trying to change the name. They're trying to change the name of everything. Like, that's what I'm saying. Fuck all that name changes shit. Like, what is actually getting done? Like, what have you obtained? What have you acquired? What has been accomplished? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. All of this for what? That's kind of where I am. Like, here's my deal. Because like I said, I just kind of look at stuff, I guess, through my own little lens. And to me, it's more about, like, understanding people, right? I don't necessarily get caught up in too many waves of whatever. So I'm sitting here looking back. And when I look at, like, the whole BLM protesting thing, my question is, like, am I against it? No, I don't really give a shit, right? Don't go fucking up shit. Like, you're gonna protest, like, you're one of the protesters, yeah, protest. You're like fucking shit up. Don't do that. That's stupid. But again, I get that too, right? Don't justify it, but I get it. Like, we're just talking about human beings. It's inevitable. I get it. But my whole thing is just like, okay, but what are you trying to accomplish? Like, what is the purpose? Like, whether I agree or not doesn't really fucking matter. I'm just one man, I have my opinions, and I don't think my opinions are more important than anybody else. They're just my opinions, and so, of course, I'm gonna ride with what I fucking believe. But I just look at them, just like, well, what are you accomplishing? Like, what are you getting? What are you obtaining? And again, you get like a mural on the ground, a fucking street name change. What? You come to Houston, rap a song, everybody gets a day, so I don't know who's getting days. I don't know what's going on. But, like, that's how I look at it. I'm just like, are your actions leading to any change for your organization and your beliefs? No, not happening. And that's like my issue. So it's like, why are you continuing to do what you're doing? Like maybe you need to regroup, maybe you need to get, some centralized leadership or something. Because the crazy thing, again, I'm not looking, I don't know where these three women are, and I think they're all lesbians, if I'm not mistaken. And it's funny because at no other point in time do lesbians care about men, like, in any fashion. But it's funny how, this group is led by three lesbians, and then they always use the male face behind these killings or these whatever exchanges and promote that. And so that bothers the fuck out of me. That's a very bothersome thing. So that's why I can't rock with it. It's like, let's just be realistic. Like, I'm not trying to be funny about anything. Like, in what other situation have you ever seen a black lesbian or lesbian period give a fuck about men? You know what I'm saying? Like, Try to say to everyone, who are the professionals, right? That's what I need to know. Who are the professionals? Like, I need sources so I can make sure I can get to the root of my disagreement with this statement. So, but my whole thing is like, wow, 7%, that's really high. That's really high. But again, but my saying is like, at what point have you ever seen a lesbian care about a man, dead or alive? Right? They generally don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. They don't want the traditional family unit. You know, they talk about LGBT issues. They talk about women's issues. But nowhere in their whole stuff, like I say, everything you do is the face of black men, but you don't talk about anything that specifically benefits black men. I'm not saying the whole movement should be about that. But if you can make specifications for black women, if you can make specifications for black alphabet gang, but you can't make any specifications for the black family, you can't make any specifications for black men who you're using to promote your movement. So again, that's why I say, whatever. If you feel like it's a righteous movement and you support it, I'm not knocking you for that. I don't. I won't. And, there's nothing you can tell me that'll make me think otherwise. But like I said, if you feel like it's righteous, if you feel like anything you're doing is righteous, nobody's opinion should fucking matter. Like if you really believe it's righteous, but you should just truly make sure, that that's the case. 94%. It's terrible. These are, I don't know. I think you've over percentaged the gay. So my thing though is like, as much as I do, like I say, I like and embrace and want to embrace technology, like I said, some people have like phone fetishes, and then some people like certain things. Like the only thing that I think I really think about, like I've never been like supercar guy or anything like that. Oh, like this car, like fucking like nice cars, nothing wrong with that. But it's just like never been like a fanatic over it. I haven't been a fanatic over too much, but like I noticed it the other day, and I was just like, I really do get excited when talking about PCs and putting together custom builds and things like that. And so, but like I said again, with all this stuff too, again, it's just that as cool as it can be, as amazing as all this stuff can be, again, you put yourself out there, and the more you try to access, the more of this technology you try to embrace, the more you tend to put yourself out there if you don't take certain precautions. And let's be honest, the majority of people don't know they need to and still don't. There's definitely some precautions I definitely should be taking. I know that I don't. Fortunately, I haven't had an issue yet, but I mean, it only takes one time, right? It only takes one mistake. So, you know what I'm saying? There's that. Let's stop the nonsense thing. I heard one clip of Erica Banks and said that she was better than Megan Thee Stallion. Stop the nonsense. I mean, if you just listen to her flow, that's that. Megan Thee Stallion, I don't know, she like, again, I guess you could call it that Texas flow or whatever. The other bitch just rap better than she do. These experts, the experts, there's no experts. Wow, that's terrible. That's you don't kink shame. You're German, so you're not allowed to. That's how that whole thing works. So as we get ready, we got about what time is it? Okay, about 10 more minutes. We get ready to wind it down. I guess we slide in Discord after this. Even though people accuse me of never being there, I'm always there. See, I have a secret name So y'all don't even know I be in there. It's an invisible secret name. So y'all thought that was a bot, but it's really be me. You know what I'm saying? Just listening in. I just pull okey doke on y'all to pull the wool over your eyes. Heidi is a Marxist. You know what I'm saying? No, YP, I'm glad you said that. Because Mixer is dying. I told y'all, Mixer is going to be getting shut down by Microsoft here soon. And no, I'm not converting to Twitch. I don't think Twitch is for me. So since that's going to be taking place, I'm going to be doing a little bit more Mixer streaming. Instead of just occasional on the random weekends. So if y'all want some Mixer, we can get into some Mixer action tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we can definitely do that. Well, shit, ain't nobody talking about shit. Broderick, call in, Broderick, and share your thoughts on technology. But again, like I said, so I think tonight, like I said, I'll slide in Discord for a few minutes, but I'll probably do some Mixer crew action tonight. You know what I'm saying? Gonna need to mix from the purge stars of real life shit. You better start a couple of days. That bitch finna be out of here. And the mixer was cool because the mixer was fucking so fast. That's why I liked this. I mean, from all the other platforms, it was not even about like really tripping on Twitch, but it was just like mixer was just like literally like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I actually liked the bitch because it was like you right there with a motherfucker. Mixer was so fast, motherfucker could play games from their phone on your fucking shit. Like that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So that's technology. But so yeah, definitely sliding the mixer tonight. Probably fuck off on Division for a little bit. Either that or some Streets of Rage, one or the other. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the YouTube chat had mixer speed, I'd have to shut the den down. Like, it would be terrible. It would be extremely terrible. It'd be very bad. And then, like I say, because like with YouTube, it's different because sometimes, like, I don't know, like, because they changed the way you stream. So it used to be you just fucking stream on your software, right? You just hit the streaming button, bam, it boots up. Now they got it where you boot it up on your software, then you have to wait, I guess, until they start getting the data. Then this blue button eventually pops up, and then you click go live. But the thing is, like, the blue button never pops up at the same time. So it's like you're sending information, so I don't know how much of a delay, there is. And, okay. Hold on. Well, I didn't. We have to do the test again. I didn't. I didn't see it. So I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to the test. I wasn't looking at the chat. Start the test over. What the hell is Sweetberry doing? All right, I see it right now. I think it's longer than that. Unless the text takes a little while. Well, you know what? Honestly, it does. Actually, on this crazy, it's actually the chat takes longer on the actual YouTube thing. If I look at it on the bot, I actually see the messages pop up there faster on the bot than they do. And I didn't even cut the bot on tonight, so there's that. Yeah, and that's the crazy part, right? Because 9 seconds of delay, but that's on YouTube, ultra low latency. That's like should be as fast as it gets, but that's what I'm saying. That's with the new thing. Now, if they bring back the classic streaming mode, which they said they were supposed to, then it was a little bit fast. Then I think it was like a couple of seconds. I think it was like 2 or 3 seconds, but it still wasn't like mixer. Mixer's retarded fast. Like as soon as you put that shit, like it's in the mixer. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like. That's the only reason my mixer was so dope. Like, if I'm dying, you're seeing it as it's happening. You're commenting, on here. If I was fucking died, I'd be to respawn before a motherfucker get to make a comment. You feel me? So, that's why I like the, Y'all can tell I just turned the bot on. Yes, it's definitely RF. You have MF, VF, and RF, and it's definitely MF. Oh, it's a new month, so it's purple badges now. Okay, that's dope. But yeah, so it's about that time. I've done all my mixer reading. Got about 4 minutes to go, and then make a shake. But I'm gonna be honest. I have nothing to say. I'm not gonna stall y'all out for 4 minutes just to make some shit shake. So here's what's gonna happen. I will have the Discord booted up, so I'll probably have it on the side. But Mixer crew, I'm gonna show y'all some love before Mixer dies forever. You know, I usually delay it and stall it out, but this time it's really dying. So we'll have some Mixer action here shortly. No, I don't think I do need to run up the street to the fucking thing. I forgot to get that. He's gonna need that in the morning. So let's say it's gonna be midnight. It's gonna be 12 o'clock. It's about 12:15. We'll be on the Mixer. And so we'll go from that. What? But yeah, so, but with that being said, I have no idea what's going on. Oh yeah, the ending credits. Executive producer. What? What? Slamming Bones. Who said there's something wrong with Slamming Bones? Oh, King Johnny said you hate when people smack the table when they play. Oh, that's because your ass be losing, nigga. That's why. That's why you don't like that shit. Because that shit, it hurts your soul every time it happens. That's why you don't like this. Boy, what I'm trying to come off the top rope. I'm trying to motherfucker drop the people's elbow on the table. Let me put that bone right there. Get that. You feel me? So, you know, that's all that is. Man, it's been a minute since I played some bones too. Yeah, we need to have a dead meet and greet so I can break everybody off. But yeah, like I said, by 12:15 we'll be in a Mixer. I'll slide the Discord immediately after this because, you know, I have my fucking phone with me. And all right, Mr. John, you have a good evening, sir. But yeah, we make it shake, man. I appreciate y'all sliding through. Appreciate you guys being here. And if you're not in the Discord tonight for whatever arguments and activities, then you know, make sure you're in the den tomorrow around 9ish. We'll figure it out. What type of? Cause wait, what's today? Today's Wednesday. My week has been. I've been pushing this fucking week like ahead, like the entire fucking week. I'm thinking tomorrow's Friday. Okay, it's only Wednesday, so yeah, whatever. 12:15, Mixer crew. We'll be in the den tomorrow at normal den time, which means somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock. And I appreciate y'all for being here. I thank you and appreciate each and all of y'all. Yeah, it'll be some solid. I got home super late today. And it was like for some other shit, just we'll talk about it in the near future. But yeah, so let me go check on Scotty, make sure he ain't dead, and then like I say, I'll be in the Mixer 12:15. I'll see y'all there. Check up a dude. Like, look, you're an Instagram hater. See, what I gotta do is I gotta get you some soft sports shorts, and then if I can get Heidi to twerk on my Instagram, I'll have all the followers. I have more followers than Deshaun Watson. But yeah, all right, go. Y'all be cool. Y'all ain't got to go home. Invite y'all to come to the Discord and the Mixer. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm out.